What's going on, family? All right. Once again, it's your boys, man. A puff a minute, man. We in the building this time for another Cigars and Conversation with your fellas from a puff a minute. I'm your man, Cigar Mick.
The Cigar Banker was good, people.
That's what it is, y'all. We're going to get this thing rolling, get this thing started, fam. You know, but before we get started, man, let's jump right into what we smoking today.
Yeah, definitely, man. So this is different, right? This is real different for me. And I probably wouldn't be smoking this cigar if it wasn't given to me. But we went to a big smoke. We got a chance to meet with these folks, man. This is a Toscano cigar. So this is an Italian cigar company. They make a very rustic, rough roll cigar. It's not very appealing. It's not sexy. Right. You're not going to get no crazy bands and rappers on these joints. Right. But, man, I'm enjoying it. I'm into the first third. Yeah. I'm enjoying it very much. This is a Kentucky Fire Cure. Yeah. And, you know, I have an issue sometimes, too, with the thinner roll cigars. Yeah. We started talking about, what's your favorite that you like? The Lanceros and whatnot. Just because you have to relight. You got to pull them a lot sometimes. Sometimes they're too tight. But this seems very aerated. The wrapper is loose enough where I'm getting a good burn and a good smoke out of it. So I'm enjoying it so far.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, the Toscano Classico, bro. So, again, man, you know, if you grew up on, like, spaghetti westerns and stuff like that, Clint Eastwood, you know, that's what he was smoking on set, right? Okay. So, those Toscano Classicos. And one of the things that I learned about them, man, because, you know, when they come, you know, they got the little thing that the wrapper, it opens up in the center, right? Not at the end like most, you know, cigars and stuff. And I found out the reason for that, right, is because you're supposed to open it in the center, break it in half, smoke half, and give half to somebody else. That's the tradition behind it. Wow. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But it's a very good stick, man. Like you said, it's more or less more short filler, I think, you know, than the actual full long filler sticks and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a good cigar, bro. I smoked one of those this week, man. I actually posted a picture on the gram. You know, sitting in the yard, man, smoking one of those. So,
I've been avoiding it, sitting in the box. I was shuffling through the box, finding everything. I was like, you know what, I'm going to pull it out, go ahead and smoke it, see what it be like, man.
Like you said, it ain't sexy at all, bro, but it's a cool little stick and whatnot. So I'm doing something, you know, a little different, man. I found this one in the box, so I decided to break this out today. But this is a staple in the industry, man. Everybody knows Monte Cristo, right? You know, most people start off, man, smoking Monte Cristo whites or, you know, something like that. But this is the Nicaraguan series, man. So, you know, by Monte Cristo Cigars. So, yeah, this one is a Nicaraguan Puro, right? Wrapper, binder, filler, the whole nine. So, it's really a nice stick. Again, I think this is the first time I smoked one of these, man, in probably a couple of years. But it's a good smoke, man. It's a very, very well constructed cigar. I mean, the flavor's on point. It's not very strong. You know, so I also got a mint. I got a mint in my mouth right now, so that might be messing with my flavor profile a little bit. But honestly, man, this is a great cigar, man. So if y'all haven't tried this one yet, you know, you can never go wrong with a Monte Cristo.
Yeah. So, that's actually not bad though with the mint, bro. Mints are a good flavor palate cleanser.
Exactly. I just happened to pop this one in before we turned the camera on and forgot about it. So I'm like, But anyway, this is what's going on today, bro. So like you said, man. You know, I usually throw it to you to get us started. There's some things that we're going to talk through today. But I really want the focus today, man, to be on gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Gratitude, man, and you know, things that we're thankful for, because we are coming into that holiday season. I don't know if we'll have an opportunity to, you know, sit down again before we get into the holiday. One thing that I'm going to say is this. You know, and I didn't even tell you this before we got started, but this will probably be my last day of enjoying a cigar for a minute. Wow. Right? Yeah, because, you know, I'm getting ready to go in for that second surgery, right? For that second knee replacement. So I have been advised by my surgeon, as just like the last time, 4 weeks before the surgery, right, to give up all tobacco products, and then again there's 6 weeks afterwards. So that's 10 weeks.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
10 weeks, brother. Tough. I can't smoke a cigar, man. I don't know how I got through it the last time, but I will get through it this time.
For the once a day, man, that's tough.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of tough for me, man. But it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be Cigar Mick. I'll just be looking at them. I just won't be smoking them, right? I can touch and feel.
But it's gonna be good to see you, man. You're gonna be the $1 million man now.
Yeah, brother. Exactly. You know, so yeah, that's what's going on with me, fam. You know, but one thing we do need to touch on, man. So, again, not trying to be controversial or anything like that this week, but I think something that really was permeating. Whew, that was tough.
A tongue twister.
Yeah, permeating the news headlines this week, the latter part of the week, is Brittany Griner coming home, fam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
She home.
Yeah, she home.
She home.
Yeah.
And there was protests and all these people coming out saying we not gonna play until Brittany come home. We not gonna rest till Brittany come home. Now she home. And now it's like, it was so funny. Now that she's home, now the critics are coming out.
Yes.
It was like, okay, it was funny when she was locked up. Right. Everybody was like, okay, we're gonna be political. We're gonna make sure we say the right thing. She needs to come home. Yeah. And I agree. Let me start by saying I agree. She should have come home. We should have found a way to get her home.
I agree too.
Those were harsh. She got a harsh sentence. She had a harsh. The judge came down on her hard because of what she did. But at the same time, it just wasn't a good choice. It was not a good choice. You decided to sneak marijuana into a country that we're already having issues with. Yeah. There was an active war going on. Yeah. People still don't want to admit the fact that Ukraine and Russia are still at war. And at the time when she went, they were actively at war with each other. And here you come sneaking in weed. Yeah. All they needed was a reason.
Anything.
All they needed was a reason. You could have blinked at me too long. You get locked up.
Exactly.
As an American. So I was like, you can't do nothing. So it was just crazy, man. And the swap was, oh man, don't get me started on the swap. Yeah. We let a known terrorist that actively was selling weapons, killing people, taking responsibility for a lot of stuff going on. He's admitted to it himself.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like he was in denial.
They call him the minister of death or something.
Yeah.
Dude got a nickname. Man, you know how bad you got to be to get a nickname?
That's a movie game. Oh my gosh, man, that was a movie nickname, bro.
Exactly. You know,
that's a Bond villain. Like, this dude is legit a terrorist. Yeah. And we had to swap him for somebody that made a bad choice.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. You know, when you look at it again, gratitude, right? I'm glad she's home. You know, when you look at the politics behind it, you know, because again, that swap had been on the table since like June, right? We talked about it one time in one of our episodes in June when the offer was out there, and Russia was saying what they want, and at that time, the administration had a very starch line where they were saying, no, we're not going to negotiate, you know, with terrorists or this, that, and the other thing, and they just wasn't trying to hear it. They got worn down, you know, and there were two people initially that Russia was asking for. I forgot who the other guy was as well, you know, and that's kind of how it went down. So they ended up doing this 1-for-1. But I want to say the difference between Brittany Griner and the other gentleman who's still being held over there, right? And I mean, I gotta say, bro, one of the biggest lobbies in Washington right now is that LGBTQ community, right? And they came out in full force, bro. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They have been on this administration behind the scenes. This is the piece that no one's telling you and what you're not seeing. But just to show you how far we've come as a country, you know, when I saw the press conference with President Biden and Vice President Harris, you know, and Brittany Griner's wife up there, I was like, wow, this is a what do they call it, like you know, I was gonna say watershed moment, but I don't even know if that fits, man. But it was just a clarion moment historically for the country, bro, because here you have, you know, this normalization, which is, I'm not saying it shouldn't be normal, but for the first time where you have, you know, the president and vice president of the country standing with one half of a same-sex, you know, couple, right, in celebration for bringing the other partner home. And I just thought that was huge. And when you couple that with the fact that this past week, I think it was Congress that passed, passed bills and things of that nature to solidify the protections under same-sex unities and marriage and things of that nature as well. So to me, it's just there's a bigger thing that's going on besides her just coming home and whatnot. But again, you got to credit that community for really getting behind it and behind that situation and pushing that.
Yeah, we saw it during President Obama's term, right, where his second term, where he allowed for same-sex marriage, and now they've ratified it, where it's now law to allow same-sex marriage. But like you said, it was just kind of ironic, the fact that it all kind of, the timing of it, right, all the time it just kind of lined up, right. We send Brittany home, Brittany comes home, then we get this ratification from Congress, blah blah, then it gets sent to the president for a signature. Exactly. It's like, man, like all of a sudden,
all of this stuff happened.
And what did Dave Chappelle say? He's like, I respect the movement. It's like, and I feel the same way. I was like, the way that community has gotten organized, been able to create change,
they the blueprint,
man. If we could have done it as a people the same way, we might not have been slaves as long as we were slaves.
Right.
You know what I mean? We may have had our rights sooner. We wouldn't have to go through the Jim Crow laws and all those kind of things that happen. Even to this day, we still deal with a lot of issues, from voting rights to rolling back Roe v. Wade and stuff. That's a population control thing. So when you start talking about those things getting rolled back, I'm like, the LGBTQ community just, man, trucking along. I was like, man, they a blueprint for what we could all do if we were able to just come together with a singular focus and just get it completed.
Exactly.
Just get it completed. We do it. I'm gonna get on my soapbox because I do it from a small business standpoint, right? I was like, from a small business standpoint, this is what I throw out to the community. I say, let's all of us get on the same page and let's stop working in silos and make this thing work.
Exactly.
Make it work. The LGBT community, even the L's and the B's and the T's, they may not all agree on everything, but guess what? They all come together on a single issue.
I love the way that you just broke that down, right? There's diversity in every community, right? Everybody doesn't think the same. Everybody doesn't feel the same way about every issue, but you have to know when it's time to come together, right, to push the greater cause, right?
Yes.
So again, I love the way you broke that down, man. But that's true, absolutely true. Man, what else to get into, but on the whole gratitude note, I'm a firm believer that there is a silver lining in every cloud, right? So again, when I think through my own life and situation, man, this week has been a rough one for your boy. So I was coming back from Valley of Fire on Monday, had some business up there, was on my way home, and then all of a sudden, bruh, the transmission, it just went out on you, boy, right? I'm sitting there like, man, come on, right? I'm up here, bro, like away from the closest gas station was probably, because I was coming down the mountain, right? So the closest gas station was like 6 miles away. So I limped to that joker doing about 30 miles an hour, right? I limp over there and I sit back, man. I call the tow truck and sit there. It takes 6 hours for the tow truck to get my truck, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just a rough day. Now they telling me it's the transmission, drivetrain, everything is jacked up. It's over $6,000 worth of damage. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. And it's Christmas time. So ain't nobody trying to, go through this right now, man. But I'm still grateful. You know what I'm saying? On the real, because I actually do have a warranty in place, right?
Cool.
So that's good, man. I just got to deal with the deductible. It could have happened, I had the truck towed like 50 miles. It could have been a lot more, right, to get it back to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and again, a few weeks ago, Thanksgiving, my wife and I drove down from Colorado in my son's car. And I'm thinking, man, can you imagine if something like that happened then? Right, on the back roads of Utah, man, or coming through the mountains in Colorado and all of that. Nobody's on the road Thanksgiving. We could have been one of those Lifetime stories. 2 black folks froze to death up in the mountains
in the struggle against wilderness.
Exactly. So yeah, bro, I'm just great. I'm grateful, man. It's all good. It's that time of year, man. So Grateful for you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Get the
you,
opportunity
bro.
to sit down with my man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From week to week and chop it up, man.
Yeah.
Grateful for our viewers out there. You said, you know, we were hard. Like last week, man, we just purged. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
But we got a lot of good feedback, man.
We
a lot
did.
of great feedback, man, from that episode as well. So, you know, maybe, you know, people ain't as hard on us as we think sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Gratitude.
Gratitude, man.
But I would tell you this, man. It was so funny we're talking about this today because it's, once again, unscripted. Puff a minute, we don't sit down and do storyboarding or whatever we're going to talk about. But I swear to God, bro, I had the same conversation with my wife this week. And the way I put it to her, I was like, in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of life, and where you are in your life, is this moment or is this thing that happened to you that bad? And it's not. It's never as bad as we make it seem. But that's the thing that we deal with in life nowadays. Like, people can't deal with adversity. People can't deal with challenges. Those things come up against them, and it's just like they lost, and they have no clue how they work through them and get through them. I was like, you know, I don't want to give away all my wife's story, but she had a lot of struggles in life, a lot, and a lot of adversity. And she discounts everything she's been through. She discounts the fact that you had to get a college degree with a husband and 2 kids. You got a second degree with a husband and 2 kids and a full-time job. She discounts the fact that we've gone through our struggles and here we are today. We woke up, we turned over and we wasn't in the grave. You know what I mean? Like, just those little things just to be appreciative of. My grandmother always told me, like, get up, make your bed. You got one win for the day. Get up. When you get up out the bed, make your bed. Wash your face. Brush your teeth. Come downstairs and be ready for the day. And that's how I always approach life. Like, let me be ready for whatever's going to happen. Let me be ready for the day. And let me have them little small wins. I'm going to appreciate every little small win I get in my life, bro. The fact that we have a friendship, right? You've introduced me to people that I've created friendships with. Like, bro, all those little moments, bro, I appreciate all of that. And the older I get now, I'm more self-reflective on it. I know everybody say, Jaren got an old soul. I bet had an old soul. But it's the older I get, bro, I still have to reflect on those things more. I'm just like, in the grand scheme of life, bro, I'm good. I'm good.
I agree. Man, I agree, bro. Like I said, it's a beautiful thing. I had somebody once ask me a question. People ask me, they said, Mick, what do you consider your spirit animal? You know, and like I say, people like to say things that are real sexy, like a lion or a leopard or a panther or, you know, an eagle. You know, a lot of ladies say butterfly, which is cool too. But I always say things that, you know, make people look at me a little weird, because I say, I guess my spirit animal is a chameleon. You know, and they're like, what? Seriously? Why would you say chameleon? I was just going to touch it up. It's still lit.
Okay.
I said, why would you say chameleon? I said, well, think about it, man. I said, the obvious is that a chameleon can adapt to his environment, regardless of the environment that they're in. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you take it a little bit further, a chameleon is a survivor as well, right? I mean, these guys, they survived the ice age, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they never give up. I said, and thirdly, I said, if there's an obstacle in the way of the chameleon, what do? They climb over it, right? They don't go, you know, so they go over it, right? They don't let the obstacle stop them. If there's a wall there, they climbing that wall, whatever, right? So that's how I feel about life, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you know, we just got to continue pushing forward, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, obstacles are always going to pop up. You know, like I told you about my vehicle situation. I was talking to somebody this week, you know. I'm like, yeah, you know, I got this happening, this happened, such and such. And they was like, well, you know what, Mick? First of all, I ain't worked in 2 years, you know, and, you know, my vehicle is sitting in the driveway right now because something happened and I did not have a warranty. And I can't get it hooked up right now. You know, this, that, another thing. So I sat there and I pondered on that for a moment. I'm like, man, my situation ain't half bad. You know? So there's always somebody out there, man, that's got a story, bro. But even that brother, when I was talking to him, was mad positive about life and the possibilities and, you know, and everything else, man. So at the end of the day, bro, I just want to encourage everybody that's out there, man, within earshot, regardless of the situation, just be positive, man. Just be grateful. Because this too shall pass, man. You know what I'm saying? Then there'll be another test, right? But, you know, the more these tests that we go through, right? And I know this is an old cliche thing, but there's no testimony without the test. You know what I'm saying? So but we'll be able to encourage one another and keep things moving forward, bro. you know, which is what happened for me this week as well. So that brother's testimony encouraged me, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, I just got to go without a vehicle for a week or two and what have you. But it's an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Got family coming in town this week, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But yeah, we'll make it through.
Yeah, man, as long as you got positive energy around you, man, I ain't just saying from a people standpoint, just positive energy around you, man, feeding into that, you can get through it, bro. Like anything you can get through. Just keep that positive energy, keep a positive attitude, and the best energy comes from within. Because sometimes when you seek it from others, you're not going to always get that feedback, and you ain't going to always get what you want. And if you seeking it from somebody, and you told me this because I was going through my struggles, and it was like sometimes you don't want to always need that to get that reception from someone else.
Right.
So it's always good to just say, you know, from me within, I woke up today and it's a good day.
There you go.
From me within, that's it.
Absolutely.
I was tired.
The love today.
Man, I was tired this morning. I was like, man, I'm hoping Mick said he tired too. And he said
Mick was tired, bro. I promise you, man, when I got in last night, I got in pretty late because, you know, we hosted down here last night at Tap and Ash. I got in pretty late again. I had consumed, you know, 1 or 2 adult beverages.
Yeah.
And I looked at I was ready to text you like, yeah, bro, don't worry about getting up in the morning. I was ready, bro. And I was like, nah, let me just go ahead, man. Because again, I don't know if we're gonna get back out here next week. You know, I know you probably got family. I'm gonna have family in town. Everybody's got holiday parties and things like that going on. So we just have to, you know, play it by ear, see what's going on. But I felt like it was important, man, that we come out. We don't leave them with, you know, all the things we hit them in the head with last stuff, man. So, you know, give them a little something, you know, preparing for these holidays, man. So, and that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, we'll be good though, because we're gonna come back. I'm sure it's gonna be some other crazy stuff going on. And, you know, it's New Year's in Vegas. We got, you know, I don't know how long the kids gonna be here, but
I think they leave right before New Year's. Actually.
Okay. So they don't get to do New Year's in Vegas, but it's still cool. The casino is empty during Christmas, so if you want to, you can get a whole table by yourself. You want to play poker or something?
It's you against the house. My other sister, man, she went to Atlantic City this weekend with her girlfriends, bro. They be on some like housewives type stuff. You know what I'm saying? They go down there, all of them, bro. She had me laughing, but she told me, I mean, on that note, that they stayed at the Bellagio or something, bro. And she said she had a room overlooking the ocean and everything. Beautiful room. It was like $35. I'm like, it's that off season time. That's the time to go. You know? So, but
that's what's up. But definitely an episode of gratitude, man. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for what we do for the show, man.
Appreciate
Thank you for the content we put out, the conversations, man. It's real conversation.
Absolutely.
That's what I appreciate, man. I just love the fact that this is a real conversation. Like, I don't know how many times we can say that, and maybe people believe us, maybe they don't, but we showed up tired, wore out, and we said we just gonna vibe, and look what happens, man.
That's how we do, bro. That's how we do, man. Somebody asked me last night, well, you know, how did you guys come up, you know, how do you do the whole thing? And I reflected a little bit, man. My pops used to own a barbershop in New Jersey, you know, and I remember as a youngster, man, being in the shop, you know, one of the rites of passages when, you know, when you're in that situation, your dad has a bar, you got to sweep up the head, bro. You got to sweep it up, right? Sweep up the shop and stuff like that. So I'll be sweeping up, and I would listen to the old heads in the shop, bro, having these conversations all the time, you know what I'm saying? And they would get into it, you know? And my pops, man, was always like the strong, silent type, you know what I'm saying? So they'd be sitting there. But these cats, I felt like they would be baiting him sometimes, right? Because my pops always had this uncanny ability, you know, to chime in at the right time with so much wisdom and so much logic that the conversation would just be shut down. Everybody be like, yeah, you're right, Mr. Earl. You know? And I think I benefited from that a little bit, man, and stuff, man. But it's funny, man. So I was thinking about that on the drive in today. I'm like, you know what we do is basically kind of like a barbershop conversation.
Yeah, man, for real. I spend many time shout out to my barber trade skills, bro. I spend plenty times in the barber shop, man, running around picking up lunches for the barbers and everything, man. And them dudes, they eat pork, so we was getting smoked turkey lunches and stuff, man. I remember them days, man. Wait for the cake lady to come in and all that. I would sit there all day just get them conversations. bro, my rite of passage, I took my wife to the barbershop.
Is that right?
When we was dating, I said, I'm gonna bring you to the barbershop and show you off real quick. And my boy was like, yeah, you got you up.
Get that stamp of approval real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I'll tell you, man, that's like a rite of passage in the community, man, to go to the barbershop and hang out.
Absolutely.
I remember the old dude used to give my mama lollipops trying to holler at her and stuff. Yo, you got them little boys? All right.
I got a lollipop for your son. How you doing today?
But man, that's a great story. But man, it's just like we had those rites of passage, right? We start gaining the wisdom, and I look back on it now today. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'll be who I was for all them different inputs, bro.
Exactly.
And you talk about your father, man. I act just like my grandfather. And it's like I feel bad. It's like I act old already. It's like sometimes people be like, Jerry, you old. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I'm wise. I'm glad I grew up with my grandparents. I'm glad I grew up with my grandparents. My friends call me for advice all the time. And I tell them all the time, I tell the same thing my grandfather always said, take care of your business, he'll take care of you. Right. And they don't always get it right. What'd you say, Jerry, about the business thing? I was like, take care of your business, it's going to take care of you. I was like, then the days ain't so bad when you did what you were supposed to do.
That's right.
Like you had the warranty on the truck. It's the same as like somebody say, I want to drive, but you ain't got insurance on the car. It's like, take care of your business, it'll take care of you.
Exactly.
It's like, you got to do them things so that things work out right.
You know what? Before we go, man, I hope we got enough time for this. I got one more gratitude story I want to tell you. All right. Yesterday, I received a phone call that my niece, right, my sister's oldest daughter in Atlanta, was on her way. She's a physical trainer, right? What have you? She's on her way to meet a client. She stops to get gas. She gets carjacked at gunpoint.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said. Damn. Is she okay? Well, she's fine, right? She's fine. So I called her immediately. I said, hey, baby, tell her what happened. So she said, I was sitting in traffic for a long time. I should have got gas before I left, but I didn't. So I pulled off to get some gas. So I pulled up to the pump, and I saw this dude standing there. She said he was kind of lurking in the background, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was like rushing, to get to where I had to go. She said he was even wearing a mask. She said, but I just figured it's COVID. Everybody's still wearing masks, whatever, so I didn't pay no mind. So she goes up to the pump, and dude walks out, man, pulls out the shotty, and he's like, just give me the keys. Her being wise, right? She's like, okay. The keys in the car, right? And she went to open the door. He said, don't do that. He said, just put the pump down. So she drops the pump and runs into the gas station. He pulls off in the car. So here's where the gratitude. Well, first of all, I'm grateful that she was fine and there was no altercation, right? Number one. But you ever see that show Dumbest Criminals?
Yeah.
Why this fool ain't wait for her to put gas in the car?
So the gas. So what did he get? Like a half a block or something?
It was like 2-3 blocks away, bro. The cops find the car, bro. Like an hour later, whenever the police find the car, they like, yeah, we got your car. It was only like a half a mile down the road. She ain't put no gas in the car, bro. The car was on E.
Wow.
Like America's Dumbest Criminals, right? So, but anyway, man, I thought that was funny, bro.
Yeah.
So he didn't get very far.
Yeah. You always gotta find the light in the story. It's sad, she had to go through that. Hopefully, emotionally, she's okay. Physically, she's cool.
She was messed up for a minute, but afterward, we had a good laugh.
Yeah.
I said, so he didn't wait for you to put no gas in the car? She's like, nah. I'm like, dummy.
Man, that must be like the black experience. We find humor in the worst situation.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of times if we didn't have a sense of humor, we wouldn't survive, bro. That's a survival mechanism.
We find humor in the worst situation. What Dave Chappelle talking about slavery? He's like, if we'd have been gay wearing booty shorts and stuff, man, we would have been slaves for so long. All right, man. We find humor in the craziest situations, bro.
Exactly. But yeah, I think this is a good point to wrap up, family. So, you know what I'm saying? You give them the rundown and we'll get out of here, bro.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. We appreciate the love y'all keep showing us on Instagram. It's been great, man. We've had a lot of views, a lot of activity, a lot of likes. You guys are jumping on the live with us early in the morning. Keep doing that. But please take the love over to YouTube. We need the views. We need the subscribers. Please kick the subscribe button, the bell link, so you get the notification we post up something new. And And then, like I said, last week I mentioned it too, the podcast, man. So when you want to go on any podcast platform, we're on every platform you listen to. Pandora, Apple Music, whatever. We're on all those platforms. Listen to us in the car while you're at the gym. Get that good conversation in, just like you do with some of your other platforms. And keep doing that, man. We appreciate y'all.
That's it right there, man. And again, guys, we can't stress it enough, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We know, even last night when I was up in here, I think, you know, we had like 5 or 6 people that subscribed to the IG. Please take that love over to YouTube. We definitely need YouTube subscribers, y'all. All right, we've been doing this for a minute and whatnot, and the growth on YouTube just hasn't been there because it's so easy, because we put everything on IG as well, right? So yeah, please take that over to YouTube, subscribe, you know, click that bell link so you'll know every time we put up a new post. Share, right? That's the one thing we don't say enough. Share this with people, man. Other people that you know in the cigar community that love smoking cigars, man, that could kick back and, you know, enjoy what we talking about while they enjoying their cigar, man. Please share it with them. You know, we definitely appreciate that. We appreciate y'all for hanging with us, you know, and being with us, all right, throughout all of the challenges and, you know, and everything that we go through. Other than that, make sure you come down to Tap and Ash. Right? That's where we're at right now, right? Where we're shooting the show at. Come out here, holler at Melvin and Michelle Runless, man, the proprietors of this fine establishment. You know, come see us on a Saturday night, man, when your boy Cigar Maker's hosting the Soulful Saturdays. You know, come hang out with us, all right? And other than that, man, we're going to be out of here. We're going to wish y'all a wish you well. I'm not even going to say happy holidays yet. I know some people are getting into, you know, the Festival of Lights and Ramadan and, you know, Christmas. Oh, heck with it. Happy holidays, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're celebrating, man, have a wonderful time with your family. All of that, man. Hopefully we'll be back next week, but I can't make that promise. I'm going to enjoy this, my last Cigar Sunday. You know, if I'm here next week, man, I'll just be drinking coffee. Or water. We'll see, right? But other than that, we're out of here, man. Once again, it's been another Cigars and Conversation with a Puff a Minute. I'm your man, Cigar Maker.
It's Cigar Banker.
And we out, y'all. Peace. We love you.